everybody. So today we're going to have the next tasting of my Tropical Session White IPA Batch 3. This batch is using Nottingham yeast. So this is a 5-gallon batch that I split into 4 1-gallon batches. For the grain bill, 5 pounds, 8 ounces of 2-row, 4 pounds of white wheat. For the boil, 1 ounce of Warrior at 60. That is it. After you boil the 60 minutes, turn off the heat. Whirlpool at 170 degrees for 20 minutes, 0.5 ounces of Amarillo, Centennial, and Citra, then 1 ounce of Galaxy. This was bottled on 7/1, 5.14% ABV. Let's go ahead and get it open, get it into a glass. Okay, hiss. Not really any smoke. See what we get here. There we go. White head. I think it's like the other ones. Really no head at all. That wheat from that protein, or the protein from the wheat, isn't helping with the head. On here, what I do have is white, small, medium bubbles. Color. Yeah, bright yellow. I would say this is the same clarity haziness as beer 2 that's using the BRY 97 yeast. It's not as hazy as the USO5 one. Medium bubble level coming up. Let's go ahead and smell. A little danky passion fruit. The passion fruit isn't as big, but I think the dankness of the hops maybe is a little bit more in this one, where on batch 2 it was more that passion fruit came up, then batch 1 was more dankness. This has more dankness than passion fruit, but it's a lower aroma. It's not as big. I could pick out passion fruit, but I would think that it's very, very young, and maybe they use too much Galaxy hops or something like that because of that dankness that's coming through there. Let's go ahead and taste. Carbonation level seems low. This seems sweeter. More of a fruity flavor than a passion fruit or any dankness. I don't know if that's due to the carbonation level, but definitely more fruit. Not big fruit, but overall more generic fruit than anything. If I did a blind tasting, there's no way I could pick out passion fruit. I would just say generic fruit. But you get that dankness in the smell. A little bitterness in the back, but again, it's sweeter, so I think it's cutting through that bitterness some, and I'm getting the bitterness in the aftertaste more than I am on the back of the palate. Yeah, definitely, even in the aftertaste, a sweeter, low, generic fruit, maybe a touch of wheat in there. But very, very smooth. Body, for the body, I would say it's on par with the BRY 97 yeast. 3/4 of the way between light and medium. Yeah, maybe an older generic fruit quality in there is what I'm getting. Would I brew this again? No. Would I drink it all day if I had a keg? Yes. Yeah, I think it's the generic fruit. I want more. Tropical Session, should it be that big of a fruity flavor? Probably not really, if you think about it. But I think 72 IBUs that Beersmith is saying is way too high for this. I think a session 30, 40. This does drink. Perceived bitterness is 30-ish. Like I said, it's only really in the aftertaste that I get like some bitterness. So I think that sugar or something in the taste is covering it up, and I'm not getting it in the taste. I think carbonation level needs to be a little higher though. I have bubbles coming up, but that's because these glasses are etched in the bottom. See, now if I had this, I would say, okay, the other hops in this need to come up, because I've said in a lot of these Tropical Session reviews that I would cut back on the Galaxy, and I don't think it's that bad with this. So I don't know if it's the Nottingham yeast or what's going on. I would think it would have to be, since that's the only thing that's different. I do have a couple beers coming up that I use Nottingham yeast on, so we'll see if after 2 months if it starts changing a little bit. But I would think that this is an older session IPA that's lost its hop flavors. Like, okay, maybe I should have drank it 2 months ago. That's kind of what it tastes like, from that generic tropical fruit that tastes kind of old. And I don't want to say because the bitterness is low that it's old, because I think we've seen in a lot of these older tastings that I've done, it's like the bitterness really goes up. And so yeah, I would say maybe not enough hops were used in this one. But yeah, fine. It's drinkable. I'll finish this one. So if you enjoyed this review, check some more out over here. And until next time, happy brewing.